Most guides to buying a business tell you the same three things: check the financials, check the location, check the licensing. It's not wrong, but it's not a strategy. It's a checklist that anyone can write. So here's mine, the real one. I'm not looking for a broken business to fix. I'm not looking to pay full price for a perfect one either. I'm looking for something stable, profitable, priced low because the owner has no choice but to sell, and sitting on money it doesn't even know it's missing. There's one signal I look for that sounds backwards. I'll get to it, but let me show you the whole system first. This is how I set up my system with the numbers. These are numbers I run every listing through before I even open the detail page, and I use Claude Code to check these before and deliver them to my inbox in the morning. The revenue has to be at least 10 million a year. Owner profit, what's called SDE, has to land between 3 and 8 million a year. The asking price has to be at or under 1.5 times the real profit. My real ceiling is around 12 million, but I'm actively hunting for anything at 5 million or under. That's really where I spend the most of my time looking. And I don't trust the summary numbers on the listing card. Sites like this tend to round to buckets, and I've seen the real number in the fine print in 2 to 5 times different from what the card shows. So every listing that looks interesting, I open the full page and read the actual disclosed figures myself, like you see here. Next filter, and this one is really important. I'm not buying a job, I'm buying a business. So my actual test is, can this business survive if the owner disappears for 2 weeks? On Tranby, there's literally a question that the sellers have to answer for this. Can the business run itself without the owner? Can it be run as a side business? If the answer is no, I'm out, no matter how good the story on the page sounds. I also want the owner working under 25 hours a week already, or staff who clearly already know the daily operations without the owner. Also, no single client or one relationship the whole revenue depends on. If the owner's personal connection is keeping the lights on and walks out the door the day he does, that's not good for me. Now, this might sound a bit counterintuitive, but I love a bad website. That's a really good sign to me. If a listing has no online funnel, no CRM, a site that looked like it's from Y2K, dead SEO, that's not a defect. That's a working opportunity. And believe it or not, there's a lot of them in Japan. Remember, Japan had 42 million international visitors in 2025, a record $60 billion in tourist spending. A business that's invisible online is a business that's invisible to every single one of those visitors. So when most buyers see an outdated website and think, this needs work, I see a business that's underpriced twice. Once because the owner is retiring and has to sell, and again, because nobody is viewing this business through the internet or even know it exists in the first place. So that weak digital presence is a gold mine. Now, a few hard notes. Nothing that needs a license or certification I can't get as a foreigner. No restrictive franchise agreements, and the deal itself has to be straightforward asset purchase, not a stock purchase. And I run a second list alongside of all of this. Some businesses fail every number I just gave you, but sometimes the story is just too good to ignore. So, like a solo craftsman, no successor over decades. Those don't go in my top picks, but I do like to look at them. And hopefully, I'm thinking maybe I can build a product around more than what the product spreadsheet is showing me. So, there you have it. That's the real system. Hard numbers first, the absence test second, and then the one signal most buyers run from that I run towards. If you liked what I said this episode, please give me a thumbs up. Next episode, I'm taking real listings and running every one of them through this exact filter live so you see which ones survive and which ones don't. And if you want to see whether I can actually find one and actually buy a business in Japan, which is a hurdle, hit the subscribe button. See you next week.